All right, guys, in this video, we're going to go over stairs and railings and just make sure you kind of feel a little bit comfortable. So railings and stairs, those are both system families. And so they're a little bit more difficult to edit than your other typical like ceiling, wall, the other system families that are in Revit. And so we're not going to dive deep into stairs and railings. I'm just going to show you enough that you can create them and put them in your project. If you really want to know how to edit them more, it's probably the topic of a more advanced class, or you can YouTube it. But for this class, all I'm going to expect you to do is at least put a railing in place and build a stairwell. But you're not going to have to do anything too fancy with the stairs. To begin, let's just create a new project and click OK. And the first thing you're going to do before you set up stairs is make sure you have the correct levels in your project. I'm going to go to the building elevations. I'm going to go to south. And by default in this project, we have a level 1 and a level 2, which is all we really need. And that's perfect. We're just going to try to get a staircase from level 1 up to level 2. So let's look how we do that. Let's go to the level 1 floor plan. And if you go up to the architectural tab, there is a command called stairs. And if you click stairs, it takes you into kind of a new mode. It kind of looks like you're going to sketch, but instead of just like normal sketch features, it gives you different kinds of stairs you can draw. I'm not going to teach you all of the stairs. The main one that you'll use probably 80% to 90% of the time is this one right here that's just a straight run. And so what you're going to do before you draw anything is also go over to the properties of the stair and make sure its base level and its top level are set correctly. So we're wanting to go from level 1 up to the top level, which is level 2. So by default, it looks like it guessed at where I was going to draw the stairs, and it looks like it guessed correctly, but sometimes it doesn't. So the great thing about picking that is it's going to calculate the amount of risers and treads that you need in your staircase without you having to do it. All you need to do is draw the run where you want it to go. So we're just going to do a straight run, and you can see down at the bottom of my stairs, it says there's 19 risers created, and it tells you how many are remaining. As you pull the stair in and out, it tells you how many you're creating and how many you still need. So we're going to go to the very end where it says 21 risers created and 0 remaining, and click. And there you go. It builds your stair for you. Now, if you click on the stair again, you can change things like its width. Actually, yeah. See how it says, so if you click on the stair and look over here, it says under dimensions, width is 3'8". If we wanted it to be 4 feet wide, we could type in 4 feet and it'll expand it. You can also drag it to be however wide you want it to be. So we'll put this back to 3 or 4, the way we had it, 4 feet. All right, so now we've sketched our stair. It's telling us what direction it's going up. So here's the bottom of our stair, here's the top, and here's the first riser, and here's the 21st riser. So when you're done, you can click Finish. And you can see it also puts in railing. And if we look in 3D, you can see what it's done. It's built you a staircase, and then it's automatically put in the railing for you. And it tries to host the railing so that it slopes with your stair. But the railing is actually a separate object. You can click the stairs and you can click the railing. So you can also, once the railing's created, you can come over here and you can pick a different side or a different kind of railing if you'd like. Whatever's loaded in here. Let's do glass panel. See what that does. Okay, so there's our different kinds of railing that were automatically created with the stairs. Let's go back to our floor plan. Now, what if we wanted to make a stair with a landing in it? Let's do that. Let's click the stair command, we'll do our normal straight run, and we'll make sure that the base and top levels are right. So we can click and start dragging. And let's just do 10 feet 1. And at 10 feet 1, you can see there's 12 risers created and there's still 9 remaining. So I'm just going to go to there, and then I'm just going to click anywhere over here, and I'm going to finish. Do you see how it continued counting? Stopped at 12 and then started at 13 up to 21. So we still get all our risers in, and then it automatically puts a landing between your 2 runs that you drew. And if you don't like where the landing is, maybe we want it to be exactly a square landing, we can click one of the stairs and we can use the move command, and you can move the stair to the corner of that stair, and it'll still make the landing for you. So when we're done positioning it, we can do the finish command, and it will finish the stair and add railings. So now we've got a stair with a riser, with a landing, sorry. So let's try another stair. Let's try a U-shaped stair. We'll do, let's see if this needs 21 risers. So let's go to 11 risers on one side, and we'll do 10 on the other, like that. And do you see how it makes the landing for you? And again, if you want to move this closer to each other, you can do that. I don't think you can put them right on top of each other. Oh yeah, you can. Let me. So there you go. And now let's finish the stair, and it'll add. It didn't know how to add the railing to the other side because we put them right on top of each other. So that's a little bit of a problem. I usually leave a little bit of a gap between the 2 runs of stairs, and that helps it to build the stair, the railing a little bit better. But there you go. So that's how you build the different kind of stairs. Feel free to, if you want to, you can spend some time with the stair command and you can try making these other types of stairs, and you can see how they're different. You can also custom sketch a stairwell if you'd like. So this is useful for, do you see how in the drop-down example, the stair flares at the bottom? If you wanted to get that to happen, you would need to draw a custom sketch. And that's probably beyond this course, so I'm not going to cover it. But just know that you can do it, and it's allowed, and it's possible. You just need to do some of your own research. Okay, so that's stairs. And if I look at the south elevation, you can see the stair goes exactly from level 1 up to level 2. Okay, the next thing you might want to do is create a railing around maybe a porch or a hole in the floor that you've created, and you need to make a railing. So for that, we'll go back to the level 1 floor plan, and there is a railing command right here. And if you click it, it puts you into sketch mode, similar to floors. And really all you have to do is draw what you want your railing to look like. It's that simple. And it just needs to be one continuous chain of lines. It doesn't have to be a closed loop though. So once you draw where you want your railing to be, you can click finish, and it will put the railing in. Now, like everything, there's settings for the railing. You can come over here. This was the default railing, but you can change that to whatever is loaded in. That looks like just a handrail. There's a wall-mounted railing. And there's back to just a regular rectangular railing. Okay, just like anything else, if you need to edit the railing, you can hit edit path and it'll take you back into the sketch. So if we wanted to put a fillet on this thing, that's a 1 foot radius fillet, we can click these 2 lines and we can put a radius. Maybe I want a bigger radius here. Maybe let's do a 3 foot fillet. And then we just finish the sketch. And now when you look in 3D, it's round. Another thing that might be helpful is you can do an offset. So some railings, it puts the line you draw, it puts it right in the middle of the railing, but other railings are offset from that line that you draw. And so you can correct it by clicking on the railing and going over here and you can change the offset. So if we want it to be 1 foot from where I drew the line, I can click that and it moves it 1 feet. It's hard to see because we didn't have any reference point, but it moved it 1 foot offset. Oh, actually, I don't know if that's true. Let's see. I think I actually just lifted it. I think I picked the wrong offset. Let's look at the south elevation. Oh yeah, see, whoops, I accidentally offset it from the floor. There's a base offset and then there's an offset from path. Let me put that back to 0 and it'll move it back to the floor. And let's do, just so that you can see, I'm going to draw a line right where it currently is. Okay, so now if I do a base offset of 1 foot, it moves the railing 1 foot away from where it used to be. And then if you click the railing, if it didn't offset it the right direction, you can click the railing and there's this little flip button and you can flip it the other direction. The stairs are the same way. So right now the stairs start down low and go up from this side. But if you don't like that, if you accidentally got it confused and this was supposed to be the bottom, you can click this little arrow and it'll flip the staircase. So now it's going up the other direction. Okay. Let's tile the windows so that you can see that. So if I go back here and I flip that arrow, you can see how it flips the whole staircase. So that's helpful to know. But that's about all you need to know to at least create and do some minor edits to staircases and railings. If you want to do advanced stuff, like I said, if you have like custom balusters you want to put in the railing, or you want to do something crazy with the staircase, it's going to take a little more training and practice in Revit. But for the purposes of this class, you'll be able to do everything you need to do. And you now have a basic knowledge of stairs and railings.